Greetings, this is Vane and welcome back to a new Let's Play for the channel. This is Warhammer 40,000 Gladius, Relics of War. Okay, so I've been playing a little bit to kind of basically get the thing, but what we're going to do is we're going to have an introduction. An introduction game with Space Marines on the easiest difficulty.
Gladius Prime was a bastion of humanity, newly colonized. A suitable base for our chapter to rebuild and recruit. We Space Marines raised our fortress here, grew strong again. But the Ork invasion brought a warp storm that cut off our Emperor's light. And the dread Necrons crawled from the earth beneath our feet. War was on all sides, yet we are the Emperor's chosen. We do not dread the dark, or quail at the relics of old. Terror is for those who oppose us. We know no fear.
Okay, welcome to Gladius. To move the camera, position your mouse over the terrain, click and hold the left mouse button and move your mouse. Once you are comfortable with your surroundings, click OK. Okay. Yep. Space Marines deploy most of their crucial infrastructure from orbit. To found your fortress, which is the backbone of your chapter on Gladius, and elsewhere, click the Deploy City button in the Operations panel in the top left and select an empty tile in sight. Note that Space Marines only have one city. So over here. Charges 1 of 1. Deploy City. Operation that deploys the city on the target tile. Cities can only be deployed where there are no other cities within a 4-tile radius. And you're saying there, okay. We can do that. Cities gather resources required to fuel your war machinery. The city screen displays all the resources related to the city. Hover your mouse over each resource to find out more. So this is the city of Fidelium. We have population. Used to operate buildings in the city. Each enabled building requires 1 population to operate. If the required population exceeds the current population, the resource output of buildings is reduced. Okay. Growth. Indicates how fast a city grows. Once enough growth has been accumulated, the population increases by 1. The growth rate decreases with the population approaching the population limit. Okay. Requisitions. Used to sustain the population in the city, construct buildings as well as produce and maintain units. Okay. Energy. Used to maintain buildings as well as produce and maintain special units. Okay. Research. Used to discover new technologies. Okay. Influence. Used to acquire and maintain city tiles, invoke tactics and operations, as well as recruit powerful hero units and purchase their items. Okay. Loyalty. Indicates the population's dedication to your cause. Each positive point of loyalty increases the city total resource output by 1%, while each negative point decreases it by 2%, down to -50. Each city after the first decreases loyalty in all cities by 6. Okay. So we've got 5, giving us a 5% bonus. Because we have 6 from buildings, but we've got -1 from the population. Okay. Done that. Here buildings are listed with their available actions. Note that all buildings of the same type are grouped together and can only perform one action at a time. Although multiple actions can be queued up, the required resource will be immediately subtracted from your global pool. Which is these up here. Okay. So we've got orbital relay and the stuff it can do. Building that constructs new buildings and generates influence. So, okay. In normal times, the various teleportaria would be used to transport troops to and from nearby starships. In these warp-torn times, the orbital relay serves as a more important function, communicating with the low-orbiting battle barge and calling down important requisitions for rapid surface deployment. Okay. And we have the Great Hall. Headquarters building that generates resources. Headquarters. Destroying the headquarters unit destroys the entire city. Every fortress monastery contains a myriad halls large enough to house several armies, but most have too a great hall, centerpiece of a chapter's home. Trophies, relics, and even its most revered spacecraft may be housed within the Great Hall. If the sight of the Great Hall does not reduce a visitor to dumbfounded silence, then it has failed in its purpose. Okay. There are three building slots in the city, an opportune time to make plans to expand your army. Begin by constructing an infantry production building. Click the blinking building button and select a city tile with an empty building slot. To start construction there. This will take several turns to complete. Okay. So the options we have are acquire tile. Acquires a new tile for the city. Buildings can only be built on acquired tiles. Each tile has an influence upkeep. Clear tile. Restores the tile to its normal state and clears it of wire, weed, holy sites, imperial ruins and forests, one at a time. Okay. Construct refectory. Building that generates requisitions. The chapter's mammoth dining halls and kitchens are contained within its refectories. The Space Marine diet is a Spartan affair augmented with a cocktail of biochemical supplements to ensure constant battle readiness. The Battle Brothers consume this repast in complete silence. Okay. Construct a generatorium, building that generates energy. Though the light of the Emperor is the true source of every chapter's strength, a physical power source is also required. The exact nature of its generatorium differs from chapter to chapter. The Space Wolves, for instance, have driven immense crystal shafts deep into the surface of the planet Fenris, transforming subterranean heat into the endless energy their fortress monastery demands. Okay. Construct a librarium, building that generates research. Though also a store for extensive written histories of its chapter, the librarium is first and foremost its central command, communications and defense station. Here, astropaths manage the external and intra-base comms, while librarians and circuits pore over, protect and update their chapter's centuries of wisdom. Okay. Construct a similarium, building that generates influence. An immense and high-ceiling gathering place, wherein every member of the chapter may assemble and attend briefings, ceremonies and even feasts of particular import. In most fortress monasteries, the Great Hall is the only room to exceed the sheer size of the Assimilarium. Okay, we've got sleep's production until cancelled, and this one, construct Apothecarium, a building that produces infantry as well as increases population limit and generates research. The Apothecarium provides medical support for wounded battle brothers and plays a vital role in the elevation of an aspirant to a Space Marine. Both these functions pale into insignificance against the Apothecan's other purpose. the preservation of its chapter's unique gene seed from which new Space Marines are created. If the gene seed is lost, so too is the chapter. Okay, so we can put you there. We've got a 10% production bonus by the looks of it. So we'll pop that there. It's going to take 6 turns to build. Take your time to explore the interface. Every element has a hint to provide you with extra information. Whenever you are unsure what to do next, refer to the red task button on the right side of the screen. It will help you focus on the next task before you end your turn. Okay. So we got down here. Okay. Order units. As you can see, this is a interesting 4X game. I've actually been playing a lot of it. It was provided a few weeks ago now as by Epic, and I started playing it and I thought, this seems familiar, and it turns out that I already had it for several years in my Steam games catalogue. So I promptly uninstalled the Epic version to install the Steam version, and I have been playing lots of it. So I think, and it is quite an interesting 4X game. There's a different experience to, say, Civ 6. So, and of course, for any fan of Warhammer 40,000, this seems to be quite the good interpretation of the IP. It reminds me a lot of Dawn of War, but in a turn-based context. So I'm kind of really enjoying this game. So order units, here we got. Okay. Move the selected unit by pressing the right mouse button over a destination tile. Holding the button down will display the path the unit will take. Each unit can only be moved once per turn. Okay. Where are we going? I might move you over here then. Because we've got Tactical Space Marines. Armor, hit points, morale, actions, movement, level. We can disband, overwatch, hold position, ruins, bolt of discipline. If the unit remains stationary, they fire rapid fire weapons with increased attacks at all ranges. Interesting. And they shall know no fear. Reduces the morale loss and grants immunity to fear. Minus 33% morale loss. Bolt gun times 5. Rapid fire doubles the attacks at half range. Nice. Tactical versatile infantry unit. When an objective must be seized, tactical squads attack in a storm of gunfire and combat blades. Where the line must be held, these courageous warriors plant their feet, raise their weapons and fight to the last. Armed with bolt guns and grenades, tactical squads are superbly versatile strategic assets. So what do you got? Armor. Reduces the amount of damage taken from weapons and abilities. Each point of armor reduces the damage taken by approximately 8.3% up to 83%. But weapons and abilities ignore a number of armor points up to their armor penetration value. Okay. So you have 67% armor damage reduction and 33% range damage reduction. Okay. Hit points. The amount of damage the unit can sustain before dying. Units automatically heal if they have not taken damage and have full movement and action points remaining. So what have we got? We have 15 of 15. Group size is 5 of 5. Healing rate is plus 10%. Okay. Morale. The psychological state of the unit. Morale regenerates if the unit has not taken damage this turn. Below 66%, units become shaken. Decreasing accuracy, increasing damage taken by 17%. Below 33% morale, the units become broken. Decreasing accuracy and increasing damage taken by 33%. Okay, 8 of 8 morale, 20% morale generation, 67% morale loss, because they shall know no fear. We must not meddle with these Xenos artifacts, my lord. Okay, actions. The amount of actions the unit can perform. Using an action may consume all movement. The number of tiles a unit can move through in one turn. Rough terrain requires more than a single movement point. Moving into a tile adjacent to an enemy ends movement. Okay. Level. The experience level of the unit. Every level above the first increase the unit's hit points and damage by 5%, as well as morale by 10%. So it's 0 of 3 experience, 2 death experience value. I think that's how much enemies get if they kill the unit, I think. So yeah. Bolt gun times 5. Damage 1.5, attacks 1 times 5, because that's 1 per squad, a member of the squad. Armor penetration, accuracy 8, which is 67%, range 2. The traits are rapid fire, doubles the attacks at half range. The bolt gun or bolter fires small missiles known as bolts. Each self-propelled bolt explodes with devastating effects once it has penetrated its target. There are many variations of bolt guns, from the short-barreled bolt pistol to the Vulcan Mega Bolter, often mounted on Titans and other super heavy vehicles. Okay. They shall know no fear. Some warriors refuse to surrender, fighting on whatever the odds. Okay. Bolter discipline. If the unit remains stationary, they fire rapid fire weapons with increased attacks at all ranges. To a Space Marine, the bolt gun is more than a weapon. It is an instrument of mankind's divinity, the bringer of death to his foes. Okay. Increases the Imperial Ruins. Increases the range damage reduction of infantry units. The pre-invasion human colony was built for defense and mineral exploitation. Nothing was designed to stand the tectonic shifts and warp-borne horrors that came with the Ork invasion, and hence very few structures weathered it. This ruin is a rare survivor. Okay. So it looks like they're pretty good at standing and holding. So we're going to go with that. Let's go over here, I think. And I think we're going to go over here. Ooh. Skoloter. Okay, blood pressing. It's given us. To open the city screen, you can click on the city name, or click on the headquarters twice. You can also select the city's defences by clicking on the headquarter itself or the icon above the city. All cities have limited fire and will defend themselves when attacked. Be sure to protect your city at all costs. If you lose all your cities, you are defeated. Okay. Gladius is full of unknown treasure and vicious alien creatures. As you explore, you will receive discovery notifications that can be opened to reveal more information. Some terrain can be explored for rewards, while other features may hurt your unit. Tread carefully, the planet's life can be ruthless, but if you leave it alone, it may spare you. Okay, so let's have a look. We got some wireweed. Wireweed! Feature that ends the movement of a unit and deals damage each turn. Woe betide anyone who enters into these thickets of brambles. Slowly at first, but faster and faster, The living redraws its razor-sharp filaments tighter around the hapless intruder. Ignores cover and does more damage against multiple units. Okay. This is recaf leaf. Special feature that increases the loyalty of the city when acquired. See, +1 biomass, +1 food, +1 influence, +1 requisitions, plus 20% loyalty, plus 10% energy. These humble fields of wild herbs hide a secret, a rich food and narcotic stimulant that allows organic races to go without sleep or rest for great periods of time. Called recaf by humans, it's collected, processed and distributed to factory workers and slaves to greatly improve their output. Okay, it's basically coffee. What else have we got? Cerritos Holy Site discovered. Feature that provides a research reward to the first Hospitalis unit that enters the tile. The tabernacles of the Adeptus Cerritos are not merely holy sites, they also house relics of ancient sisters, weapons, armour and valuable tactical advice. In times of dire need, the sisters may take them up again and use them in war. Okay, yep, that's a special feature that comes with the Adeptus Sororitas, I think. Basically Sisters of Battle, which is the latest update. Since we don't have Sisters of Battle, they won't be meaning anything to us, but they still show up. Okay. Ignava. This is down here. That's basically a name. Skull Altar. Special feature that provides a recurring reward to units entering a tile and increases the influence output of the city when acquired. Rising from the ground, the Skull Altar is formed out of the violent tributes heaped in offering for Khorne's throne. From atop the grizzled pedestal, a priest of Khorne roars out invectives, invoking the judgments of the Blood God to smite down all signs of weakness. Okay, it's 20% influence plus 2 influence. Okay, that's good. Have we got Necron Tomb? Feature that allows Necrons to found a city on the tile. Deep beneath this innoxious patch of land lies a tomb city where the Necrons have slept away the long millennia. To one who knows the correct protocols, it's a simple matter to begin the procedure of awakening it and its inhabitants from their dreamless sleep. So basically, if you're playing Necrons, that would be where you could put the city. Here we go. Ruins of Val. Special feature that provides a reward to the first unit that enters a tile and increases the research output of the city when acquired. It's unclear what this is. Some time-worn structure rearing up from the shattered surface, made from the same impenetrable material as the rare artifacts that dot the planet. Much can be learned merely from studying it, and perhaps it still houses some secrets itself. Okay. We got Webway Gate. Fortification unit that allows the Aeldari to travel from one place to another. Galactic tapestry of shimmering stands used by the Aeldari to traverse the stars without risking the dread realm of the warp. The webway once spanned the galaxy, even stretching out into the empty void beyond. These days are long gone. Ravaged by war and catastrophe, many of its tunnels have been torn open or amputated, and a great number of its entrances have been sealed. Despite the degradation, the Aeldari still rely on the webway for swift travel, using webway gates to enable this. Okay. It's a fortification. Doesn't really do anything. But if you're playing the Elder, or the Aeldari, they are kind of important. Skull Altar provided blood blessing. Okay. So what have we got? Because we've got added onto here. Blood blessing, 10 turns. Increases the attacks. Plus 17 attacks. Okay. And outpost increases the damage reduction and healing rate of allied units. Increases the range damage reduction of infantry units. Okay. Fair enough. Let's choose research. The research screen presents your faction's unique technology tree. Begin by selecting a technology to research from Tier 1. You must research 2 technologies from a Tier to unlock the subsequent tier. You can speed up research by constructing additional research buildings in your cities. Know that all progress is lost when you change the currently researching technology. So basically we need 2 of these to open up this lot. 2 of those to open up that, etc. It's suggesting the Reclusium. We will go with that, but we have the choice at Tier 1. The Armory, building that produces ground vehicles as well as generates requisitions and research. Frag Grenade grants Apothecaries, Assault Space Marines, Captains, Devastator Space Marines, Librarian Scouts, Scout Bikers, Tactical Space Marines and Thunder Fire Cannons the ability to throw anti-infantry grenades. Okay. Orbital Scan, operation that reveals the target tile and adjacent tiles. Tactical Doctrine, chapter tactic that increases the accuracy of tactical space marines. And of course the Reclusium, building that produces heroes as well as generates influence and increases loyalty. Okay. We are going to end the turn there. Okay. Space Marines are able to issue strategic and tactical options by expending influence. One such operation is its deployment of a Fortress of Redemption, a stationary unit that secures adjacent special resource features. Placement of Fortresses of Redemption is key for Space Marines to gather resources beyond their city's reach. Okay. So, what we got? So that's you here. Deploy Fortress of Redemption. Cooldown 1 of every 2 turns. Fortification that automatically gathers resources from adjacent special resource features. Fortress of Redemption is a towering bulwark against the ravages of planetary invasion. Each is virtually impervious to conventional firepower, and the lower levels of bunker annexes and subcrypts can house entire platoons of battle-ready warriors. First used by the Dark Angels Legion during the days of the Great Crusade, they have since been used by every military force in the Imperium and proven invaluable to its defence. Okay. You're saying there. Which basically allows us to get you. Okay. Else we got order our units. Tiles with special resource features can be captured by moving a unit on them. This will construct an outpost, providing you with a small but important bonus to your resource output and giving the unit stationed there increased damage reduction and healing rate. Defend your outposts so they will be taken over by other factions or the Gladius wildlife. Okay. Hero items can be found from exploration, received from quest rewards, or bought at the Juquero trading encampments. Items provide either a passive bonus or give the unit a new ability that can be performed once or multiple times as a free action. For being able to claim an item, you will have to recruit and select a hero unit. So we've got the armor plus braces. Range self, passive, item that increases the armor, so it gives us +1. Made of the same material as the Imperial Carapace armor, these match sets of arm shields mildly increase the wearer's survivability. It's the built-in tactical cogitators, however, that give the wearer a much better hope of living through the next fight. Okay. See where we're going with you. think we're going down here. Terrain affects units in a variety of ways. Forests and Imperial ruins have an increased movement cost for ground units and make it harder to see and fire across. Height differences may also prevent your units from having a clear line of fire. Tiles marked with red indicate enemies that can be attacked from your current position. Okay. So we've got, this is the webway gate. Don't mean anything to us, so sure, we'll attack that. What have we got here? Ruins of Vol provided arm-plast bracers, yeah. Jericho Trader encampment discovered. Jericho Trader encampment. Special feature that allows a hero unit on the tile to purchase and sell items, as well as increases the influence output of the city when acquired. If you have little regard for your life and seek excitement, visit the Jericho. Imbued with an instinctive technical creativity that exceeds even that of an orc mech boy, these orange-furred aliens resemble a great Terran ape, but can create wonders beyond imagining. The challenge is in acquiring them and safely working out what they do. Okay. It has the shop trait. Okay. This unit has a rapid fire weapon equipped. Units with rapid fire weapons are able to cause much more damage at close range, but can still fire from further away. It might be worth moving closer before attacking. Okay. We're already pretty close, but... I want to capture you, so we'll do that. Okay. Ooh, Chaos Cultists. Nice. Every unit has a variety of statistics and attributes, traits, abilities and weapons, such as their own ranges and effects. Some units might only have melee weapons but quickly move through rough terrain, while others may have fear auras or unleash powerful artillery blasts. Move your mouse over the icons and buttons in the selection panel to find out more about the selected unit. Yep, we've done that. Neutral units may not attack you as you move around them, but attacking them will surely make them angry. Okay. So you get Chaos Cultists. Mass infantry unit that can clear tiles, found cities and sacrifice itself to the dark gods. The Cultists of Chaos can be found in one form or another almost anywhere the Imperium has spread. At first glance they are indistinguishable from normal men, but under their clothes their flesh is tattooed and branded with sigils that hurt the eyes of any faithful who look upon them. When the Chaos Space Marines come to a planet, the true colours of the cultists are revealed. The powers of darkness are ever quick to promise glory, and even the lowliest initiate knows that to fight alongside such legendary warriors is to court the gaze of the gods. So, weapons, what have they got? They've got 10 auto pistols, damage, range 1. These robust weapons are automated self-loading firearms that fire bursts of high velocity, caseless shot. Auto weapons come in a variety of forms, from the common auto pistol to heavy support weapons like the Punisher Gatling cannon. Close combat weapon, which is a melee weapon so it cannot overwatch. Warriors across the galaxy employ a wide variety of close-quarter weapons. Blood-flecked chainsaws and swords and crude knives take their place alongside powered weapons of all kinds. Swords, axes, hammers and many more. All such weapons are designed to bring quick and painful death to the foe, for every moment's delay brings defeat a step closer. Let's see what their traits. Champion of Chaos. Killing an enemy unit may reward this unit with an unlocked boon of Chaos or transform non-heroes into Chaos Spawn or Demon Prince. It's not unusual for the Chaos powers to bestow strange boons and mutations upon those who kill in their name. Not all of these boons are beneficial. The dark ones are as fickle as they are inscrutable, and even their most ardent followers are little more than pawns in a celestial game. Because, yeah, they're neutral, but they're all part of the Chaos Space Marines faction, which is another faction I don't have. So we won't be worrying too much about them. Okay. In blue is stuff they can be learned if you have the relevant technology. So they can overwatch, they can found a city, you can clear tile, so they're essentially the worker unit for Chaos. Cultist Sacrifice increases the growth rate of target allied Chaos Space Marine city by sacrificing the unit. That's plus 50% growth. So fervent are the cultists of Chaos, but so weak their martial prowess that the gods enjoy their demise as much as their life, more so perhaps given the blessings they bestow at their sacrifice. And we also have Construct Noctilith Crown. Fortification that shields allied Chaos units and damages enemy Psychers. Noctilith crowns form vital strong points. For these, arcane devices can draw in the raw energy of Chaos itself. Okay. We don't need to know any more about them, though. Okay, so how are we doing? Well, I'm going to make this a bit of a longer episode. It's going to be around 45 minutes. Okay, let's see what we got. Yeah. Okay, so you can hold position till you're healed. You can attack the webway gate. We'll let the Kai's Pulses flee. Pater Fidelum grown to 2 of 6 population. Okay. The Compendium stores a collection of useful game information. You can read up on factions, buildings, units, reread tips and more. You can open it by clicking on the question mark in the top right corner of the screen. Okay. Bear in mind we've completed the research on the Reclusium. Building that produces heroes as well as generate influences and increases loyalty. For those rare ceremonies that require the attendance of every battle brother, the vastness of the Reclusium allows the entire chapter to gather. This is the most precious place in a fortress monastery, home to its most sacred relics and in a rare few, the very body of its primarch. It is also the seat of the chapter's commanders and heroes. So actions are, you can produce a captain, legendary hero unit that excels in close combat. Amid the fire and thunder of the front line, Space Marine captains set a peerless example to their brothers as they carve down one enemy after another. Each captain is a skilled warrior, a veteran of hundreds of battles who has slain whole armies of foes during his celebrated career. Once we get the librarian technology, we can produce a librarian, which is a hero unit with versatile psychic powers. Eyes blazing and fists crackling from the rolling energies of the warp, Space Marines librarians stride into battle and destroy their foes. Some hurl blasts of force that crush their victims to paste, while others twist the flow of time itself, or revitalise their brothers with incredible surges of vitality. However they choose to fight, all librarians are powerful psykers, harnessing the potent mutation they bear as a force to defend humanity. Okay. We have, once we find the chaplain resource technology, zealous hero unit that raises morale and inspires loyalty. To meet the baleful gaze of a Space Marine's chaplain is to know that death itself will soon follow. These terrifying warrior priests can be found wherever the fighting is thickest, inspiring their brothers to greatness with every thunderous blow and roared exhortation. Okay. So this is the compendium, this is what we've been reading. Now, this is an intro. Basically, you share experience. So it's the experience doesn't just go for whoever gets the kill. It goes to all the other units in the area, which is pretty cool. Choose our research. I think we should go for the armory next. Where shall we head now? See something up here, so let's go over there. You can now produce units. Queue up as many as you like, but watch your resources. Since this is a separate building type, other buildings can keep producing at the same time. If you construct additional infantry production buildings, infantry will complete training twice as fast. Okay, so we want to produce tactical Space Marines. Which is pretty cool. Before you can construct additional buildings, you have to claim more tiles. Go ahead and click acquire tile and select a tile with one or more building slots adjacent to your city borders. Acquiring a tile will take some time and cost some influence. Okay. So what have we got? You're saying that one there. Okay, we can go with that one there. That will take one turn. Takes it to the city. Let's end the turn. Pater Fidelum acquired a tile. Yep. Let's go this way. There are ruins of Vol in sight. These ruins provide rewards for the first player exploring them. Some even provide ancient items that can later be equipped by heroes to make them stronger or excel at specific encounters. I think we found some over here. Which is that one there, yep. Let's kill the cultists. Because we are sending you this way to attack this webway gate. Okay, so Sisyphus Sands discovered. Yep. Kroot Hounds. Let's have a look at them. Agile predator unit that are particularly dangerous in forests. The pseudo-avian Kroot is uniquely flexible, able to absorb the genetic data of other races by consuming them, but sometimes isolated Kroot communities run it into evolutionary dead ends. The Kroot Hound is one such dead end, a devolution of the Kroot into a wolf-like species. On Gladius Prime, they have run feral for generations. So they have close combat weapons, yep. Let's see what they can do. Fleet. Increases the movement. Preternaturally agile, these warriors can cover ground more quickly than their plodding foes. Apparently these are part of the Tau. We don't have the Tau either, but... Okay, Forest Stealth. Increases the range, damage reduction while in a forest. Infiltrate. Prevents the unit from being targeted by Overwatch attacks. Many armies employ reconnaissance troops that sit concealed for days just waiting for the right moment in which to strike. And move through cover. Negates the movement penalty in forests and Imperial ruins. Some warriors are skilled at moving over broken and tangled terrain. Okay. Let's have a look what we got here. To keep your war machinery in operation, you will have to construct specialized resource buildings. Build a resource building like you built the infantry building. The tile on which the building is placed may modify the building's resource output. Look for matching resource icons. It's important not to run out of resources, otherwise your buildings will begin working at lower efficiency. Okay, so we can construct a refectionary here, and that gives us plus 20% bonus to resources. Okay, so we'll pop you there. You are now able to produce new units, maintain your economy, and understand the basic concept of the game. More tips and suggestions will be shown throughout your interactions, but you will be left to explore the world of Gladius Prime and discover its mysteries alone. Survival is no birthright, but a prize wrested from an uncaring galaxy by forgotten heroes. Okay. So, I think we will leave it there. So, this has been Vane doing Let's Play... Let's play Warhammer 40,000 Gladius. If you like what you see in here, be sure to like, subscribe, share and comment. Please consider sponsoring me on Patreon. And until next time, goodbye.